Okay, in this last video, no playing, I'm just going to talk you through some of the practice strategies that I found to kind of help in terms of not cramming, but, a lot of last minute practicing. So hopefully by now you guys feel comfortable with all of the pieces and the scales are feeling comfortable. So this extends not only into just this week, but into the preparation for the piano proficiency exam. The same format's going to happen in the next couple of weeks. The videos will be a lot shorter and just a lot of playing through. Some things that I found, one of my teachers has always said, my undergrad teacher has always said that the closer it gets to a performance, the slower she practices. And I found, especially in time where I have about a million trillion things to do, that's actually very valuable advice. It feels like, you practice slower, you're not going to get as much stuff done. But if, you sit here and play your scale at the speed of daylight, then your brain doesn't absorb the same information in the same way, especially when it's under stress. So what I recommend this week, you already know exactly what's on this test. Break it apart into bit by bit. Don't try to tackle it all at once. And make sure, that you give yourself plenty of time to work on it and you give yourself enough recovery time. Hand separate is something that I can never recommend enough. Even if you feel like I know this piece backwards and forwards, take one practice section and just practice the right hand or practice the left hand by itself in slow motion. Check your fingering in one's particular hand. I've always advocated circling the spots that you're having a little bit of trouble with, going directly to those and just focusing on, even if it's just a move, if you have to move from here to here or something, just work on that move until you feel comfortable with it. This is essentially choreography for your hands. So you're going to have to practice certain moves a little bit more than others because it's difficult, and that's fine. So make sure that you're doing a little bit of something every single day versus just trying to do a bunch of things on one day and then nothing in between, if that's humanly possible. I know that this is a really kind of bizarre time and it may not be possible, but see, especially if you're at home and you have access to a piano 24/7, do a little bit every single day. If you only have certain time in the practice room, write down what you're going to do beforehand. I basically have a running to-do list in my head, so I don't have to write everything down as much, but have some sort of to-do list of okay, today I need to get this done. I'm struggling with this, so I should probably focus on this first. If at any time over the next couple of weeks you guys want to just send me in videos of you playing a scale or anything like that, or set up a time to do a Zoom call and we can just do an informal session, one-on-one, we can just work on things for 15 minutes to half an hour. Office hours I would highly recommend. Next week I will be requiring you guys to set up a time with me on Friday. Just kind of the piano proficiency is going to be in person. I want to do a practice run, particularly with scales, to make sure that those are going well, but you can play anything that you would like from the prepared pieces as well. So there'll be more info on that next week and I will send an email out, but if you feel uncomfortable with playing in front of my face, directly, it's a little bit different. See if you can, I'll be more than happy to set up a one-on-one Zoom session where you can play things through for me. And then the only other thing I want to mention is memory. Some of you guys seem to have already memorized the pieces that you submitted, which is fantastic. I noticed a couple, mainly that stuck out. If you're still struggling with that, break it into little chunks. Focus on one measure at a time. Often I find that the more times I focus on the difficult things, those things memorize really easily versus the easy things. So focus also on the easy things as well, because those don't stick in the brain as much. And also do practice run-throughs by memory. And then afterwards, just kind of take, a couple of minutes and write down, hey, this went really well. I remember it all the way, and then all of a sudden I got to measure 9, and then I completely forgot where my hands were moving. if you write that down, that's going to show you, okay, that's where I need to focus on next in the practice rooms and everything. So that is pretty much it. If you ever need any other tips, always email me. I've written like a whole page and a half of a book, like a book chapter, to some of you guys just giving advice. I'm more than happy to do that. Give me time a little bit. This week I have coursework just like you guys, and I'm a little swamped right now, so give me a little bit of time to respond. But the likelihood that I will respond on Thursday night at 11 p.m. is much less likely than if you email me on Monday at like noon or something like that. So I think that is it. So happy practicing, and I'm looking forward to your guys' midterms.